Hi, my name is Dennis Argul. I want to thank you for being here with me today and watching. First of all, congratulations on choosing the trombone. You're going to love your decision. Today we're just going to talk about something very easy, very daily routine that you're going to have to establish. And I'm going to give you some recommendations on how to approach it. And it's literally just getting the trombone ready to practice and to play on. My case, I have a king tenor trombone, so my case might be a little bit different than yours, but there are a lot of similarities. The very first thing you want to do is make sure that you open the trombone case in the correct direction. It sounds simple, but it's something that we need to get used to. You want to take a look at these latches on your trombone case, and you may have different setup. They may move to the side. Mine move upward. So you don't want to put your case upside down like this and unleash that latch so it comes down. Because if you open the case, parts of the instrument or the whole instrument may fall out. You're going to get a dent, which will damage the look of the instrument, or worse, a part of the instrument that is involved in the performance aspect of the slide part may get damaged, and then you won't be able to play it. And the repairs are not something you want to get into first thing. So make sure that case is in the correct direction so that the latches go upward or outward in the upright position. Then we just unleash the latches and lift the case top slowly, making sure your slide might be up here. In my particular case, the two pieces and the mouthpiece are in the body of the case. You may have a case where the slide is up here in the top part with latches as well. Okay, so be careful and mindful of how that opens up. Three basic parts to the trombone: the bell, the body of the instrument, the bell part, and it's called the bell because of the shape of the end of the instrument where most of the sound comes out, right? I'm going to place that back in. The slide, okay, it's got a locking mechanism here. Always hold on to these two bars as much as possible so the slide doesn't slip off. Trombone doesn't have a lot of moving parts, just this one, but you can see that it can come off, and that's not something you want to chase across the room if you can avoid doing. All right, and then there's a lock here. You just turn it right tight, left loose, and it locks it in place. Okay, I'm going to put that back in for a moment. And then the last piece, in my particular case, there's a small lid for it. You may have yours on the end, is the mouthpiece. And this is pretty standard size, and that's what we use to buzz into the instrument and make our sounds. So here's my routine, and I'm going to suggest for you. I always take my mouthpiece and put it in the slide first. Now, if you notice, one of the sides of the slide are a little bit longer than the other, okay? And that's because this piece, the longer piece with the threaded section, ties into the bell. The other shorter area, sleeve, is where you put your mouthpiece, okay? I just give it a little tap. You want to maybe give it a little turn to the right, just to tap it in place, okay? That gives you one less thing to worry about when the instrument's together. Then this comes here's the most challenging part. You'll notice that I just raised the bell part out. If you're on the younger side, if you're a fourth grader starting out, fifth grader starting out, perhaps you may not have the coordination, you might be a little tentative. You can put the slide down in the case to take the bell out, again, depending on how your case is set up. Mine just slipped right out. Then I take the longer part of the slide area of the instrument, and that fits into that sleeve here, nice and gently, until it's locked in. Then you have this locking mechanism that rises and falls. You slide it up and turn it to the right to tight, left to loose. You don't have to over tighten it, just make sure it's nice and snug, and then your instrument is together. Always holding onto the bar, because just in case this locking mechanism goes, you don't want the slide to go off. But now your instrument is together and ready to be played.